Hi guys, this is going to be a really short video. I got some of the new stuff from Stampin' Up and I just wanted to show you guys what it was about. Don't get excited, I didn't get anything new yet, but I just wanted to show you some of the things I got. So I did finally get this music background stamp, which I've been looking for. So this is a red rubber background stamp, and I want to show you what I do with my stamps when I get them. So what I've done is I have converted to save space to these My Favorite Things envelopes, and these are the large. I did love the CD cases. I do think that they protect the stamps very well. However, I have such a large collection now that I find myself trying to save space. So I take the protective backing off the back. I do not put this clear sticker on there because I don't think that they stick as well. And then I basically give these cases to my friend. So I take one of these clear pockets and I just kind of fold down the top, or you can cut it off. And then I take the cover sheet from the stamp and put that in there so you can see it fits perfectly in there. And then I put the sticker in there, and then I just slide the stamp in. So I know when I'm flipping through my drawer, this is a music background stamp, and if I ever wanted to sell it or destash it, everything that came with it is in the bag. So that's just one hint there, and it saves a lot of space using these little bags versus using the CD cases. I also got two photopolymer stamps. Now these are, this one's not new, the Painted Harvest one. I was not keen on it at first, but I saw a lot of cute ideas on Pinterest. So I will do the same thing. I will move all of this over to a clear envelope. This one I've seen a lot on Pinterest. This is called the waterfront one. And there's so many different layouts. It has trees. And because of how versatile these images are, you can do a beach scene, you can do a mountain scene. I've seen waterfall scenes. So I've seen a lot of scenes with this stamp set, and it has that watercolored look to it. And it is photopolymer, so it's very easy to see through and line things up. And because it has that kind of watercolor look, that faux watercolor, that means that you can make a mistake and nobody's ever going to notice because it looks like it was watercolored. So a couple stamp sets there. What I really wanted to show you guys were the new in color inks. I didn't get a new catalog yet. I imagine that should be coming any day now, and then I'll be happy to share that with you guys. So what I wanted to show you were they've changed the way that the ink pads look and how they open, and I think it's a benefit to everybody. As you guys know, I love the Stampin' Up ink pads. For your reference, I started out with Stampin' Up 6 years ago, went away for a little bit, and now recently came back to it because honestly, guys, I think it's $100 if you want to start up. You get way more stuff than that. So if you're just starting out, you don't have to sell Stampin' Up. If you just want to get involved and get yourself some inks and take advantage of the discount, you can do that. That's what I did, and I just kept going and just was basically selling to myself. But there comes a point where you're like, okay, I can't spend any more money, and you end up not doing it anymore. However, I made a lot of good stamping friends out of it that I'm still friends with to this day, and I'm very thankful for that, and I got a lot of good ideas, and I got a lot of stuff for a very discounted price. So if you want to sign up, let me know. I'll be happy to help you out with that. And if you don't want to sign up and you just want to order some things, I will link my Stampin' Up website, and you guys can take a look at some of the stuff. And I believe the new stuff launches, I want to say sometime in May. I will have to look up the exact dates for you guys. Like I said, I just rejoined with Stampin' Up, so I don't have all the dates right in front of me. But anyway, back to the ink pads. So this is an original Stampin' Up ink pad, and a couple years ago, Stampin' Up went from felt pads to these spongy pads. Okay, I love the spongy pads. If you guys don't know, Catherine Pooler was also with Stampin' Up for a long time before she went off on her own, and she has the same spongy pads. So I just think you get better coverage with the spongy pads than you do the felt pads. I have both. I have felt pads from other manufacturers, but my go-to inks are the sponge pads because I think you get better coverage. You don't have those little lines in there. So how you would open a traditional Stampin' Up pad is, see where this little hinge is down? You want that to face towards you. Then you take your thumb and you push on the middle where these little 3 dots are. You kind of push forward so it slides. and then you grab the top up here and flip it up. Once you flip it up, then you can push it and it locks in place. When you're ready to close it, you pull towards you, slide, flip it up. Okay, the inks are versatile too, because if you push down on the lid, it will transfer some of that ink into the lid, and you have an instant palette. So you can use your water brush or your blender pens, and you can color with these inks. So honestly, I don't ever buy the markers. If I get the markers like part of a kit or something, that's great. But I can use my Stampin' Up blender pens, and I can have any color of ink that I have as a marker. So just a tip there for you guys. So the new pads, just to show you, they are about the same width. And yes, somebody's going to ask, do these fit in the ink pad holders that I got from Organize More? Yes, they do. They fit perfectly. But they are a little thinner. So you can see the original and the new one. So it is a little thinner, but it is the same width. And in terms of length, it's a tiny bit shorter in terms of length. But when I open it up, all you do now is just pop it open and slide. So you don't need that push mechanism in the beginning. And then when you're done, you just, there's a little notch right there. You pull it closed, and that's it. Same thing, you can still do the press, and the lid will go in, and it'll give you a little palette inside there. I didn't press hard enough. So there you go. Okay? And then when you're done, you just close it. Now, let me show you how these guys come packaged. So they come with plastic wrap on them when they mail them to you. You just slide the plastic wrap off. And I always check mine. Make sure that it wasn't damaged in shipping. And you just pull open. Okay, so that looks good. Now, on the back side, there are a number of different labels of the color in different languages. So you have English, I want to say French and German, and then Japanese. This year, what they've done is they've added this blank one, which we didn't have previously. So we had the names, but there wasn't a blank one. So what you do is you take the regular one off the top, and I like to use my scissors or something sharp just so I can get underneath it. And again, put that on the front. On the bottom part here, or I mean you could do it on either side, but I put mine in the Organize More thing. So now I have the name. When it's in my Organize More case, I can see the name right there and slide it out. Now what you can do with this blank one is you can make, you know, swatches with it if you have like a swatch book and you want to know what colors you have. But the other thing you can do is flip the lid open. This is tight because it's brand new. And right at the end of the lid here, there is a little groove. Now, if you don't mind the other languages, you can do that with the other languages as well. It would help if I put it in sticky side down. Duh, Nance. Got fuzz on it. Alright, so obviously you'd want to do it a little straighter. Alright, so there we go. So now when I open this up and I'm working with it, when I have all the ink pads in front of me, you know, I may not know what colors they are. Now I have a swatch of the color right in front of me. And then again, when you're done, you just pull it closed. These are really tight because they're brand new. Don't worry, once you use them, they break in pretty easily. Alright, and close it shut there. Now I have a little ink because I have ink all over my fingers now. And that rubs right off. So these are the new in colors for 2018-19. Another thing that Stampin' Up did, which I'm actually very happy with, is, I don't know about you guys, but I am a hoarder. I like to have collections of things. So, like, you know, people have collections of all the ink colors, or the animal stamps, or flower stamps, or Copics, or paper, Doodlebug Designs paper, whatever it is. I think that we're all a little bit of a hoarder. My current obsession, in case you didn't notice, was I need to have all the colors of foil. But I always get the in colors because they're limited edition. They're only out for 2 years, and then they move on to new colors. But these in colors this year are so bright and vibrant. Again, if you've never had Stampin' Up ink before, I think this is the year you should try it, because these colors are kind of primary, but they're really nice colors. So the first one is So this is the traditional Stampin' Up Real Red. This is called Lovely Lipstick, which is almost like a dark pink. I mean, it's not like red, but it's not fuchsia. It's like a dark pink. So very nice color. This one is called Grapefruit Grove, which again is kind of like a dark orange. Is there a protective cover on here, or is that my imagination? I think that's just... Oh, there is a protective cover on there. Oh, I think probably because these are written in different languages or something. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. The yellow is a nice bright yellow. It's called Pineapple Punch. The green is called Call Me Clover. And the blue is called Blueberry Bushel. So again, these will be nice spongy pads. They just flip right open. This one has a little fuzz in it. And then they just close right up, and then you just, that's it, and put them away. So a lot easier than the old pads, but they're still spongy. And from what I understand, they put a non-foaming, some kind of conditioner in the ink now. So when you do have to re-ink your ink pads, you don't get bubbles and stuff when you're spreading the ink out, which is pretty cool. So I just wanted to show you guys that. Once the new catalog comes out, I do have a little list of things I want to get from it. So I'll show you guys a haul video on that. But I just wanted to show you guys a different style. And again, invite you, if you've never tried Stampin' Up, I'll put a link to my Stampin' Up webpage where you can definitely look at some. There, I honestly, very rarely do I get rid of my Stampin' Up inks or my stamps. They're just a very good quality. They're the good photopolymer stamps or the good red rubber stamps. And now they have, if you don't have a stamp positioner like a Misty or a Tim Holtz tool, they have a new tool called a Stamparatus. So you can look that up. I know there's lots of videos on YouTube as well. But thanks for watching, guys. Just wanted to give you an introduction to the new in colors, and I'll be posting more as I get more. And thanks for watching.